Hi, this is a review of the order trading system activity for June the 7th, 2021. We had one, two, three, four, five. We had 5 trades on that day, and 4 were positive buys, and 1 was a short sell. First trade was CLNE. That's Clean Energy Fuels Corporation. Tripped 11:40:02 a.m. at a price of 10.36. It closed the day at 10.36, up 11.28%. So obviously it came up. It's not showing the chart. There we go. All right. So 11:40. So it tripped around here. Came up here, up. So up there, came back down. Well, 10:46, 10:30. Look, as you can see, at least here, just after somewhat early afternoon, it was up above a tripping price by almost an hour prior, so that was more than enough time. We'll check to see the indicators, to see how they look for the stock. No, BV somewhat steadily, well, consistently moving upwards. MACD, as you can see, came up again, and early afternoon, and then down and moved sideways. DI, pretty much positive for the morning period, early afternoon, and a good portion of the afternoon. It was positive, and you can see the end of the day, it looks like it was moving negative. And Bollinger Band, same thing, came up a little bit, and then basically moved sideways. You can see a little bit of downward trend that was occurring, but nothing drastic. Stock was positive, obviously. Next trade is HLX. That's Helix Energy Solutions Group. Tripped at 12:18:05 p.m. at a price of 6.28. It was a buy. Closed the day at 6.19. It was actually down 4.18%. Yahoo's having a little bit of a problem today, showing its graphs. Yeah. Some odd reason 5 days it's not showing up. Yeah. Do not know why, but it's just not showing it moving upwards. Okay, so that means we're going to have to take a look at the graph chart some other way. Look at Google Finance to get the stock chart for this one. And again, HLX. Okay. Nika's here, they're showing after hours. Not showing early morning though. Too bad. And the stock was down on a regular basis. Again, it tripped at 12:18. So it tripped around here. 626. Yeah. Twelve 18. So, okay, so it tripped right around this period. You see it came up 627 there. 627 went down a little bit. 626, 627, 628. It came down again. Okay, so this period here, which we're talking from 12:20 to 1 o'clock, we're talking almost half an hour here. It wasn't consistently moving up, but there were points where it did jump above its tripping price. I consider that a positive because it was a good it was a long enough period of time to monitor and to get out. While it was identified as the stock was moving, well, the stock was above its tripping price. It's just it didn't stay or maintain that. You can see at the end of the day it came back down. So, but we're going to consider it still a positive because it was, positive or moved above its positive point multiple times, half an hour roughly during that half an hour period after the tripping period. Okay, OBV came up, went down. End of the day, it somewhat recovered again. MACD came up, came down, then it recovered. It was basically MACD was moving positive. DI is actually showing somewhat almost half and half. It's positive early afternoon, morning time. Afternoon, it was mostly negative. Late afternoon, it did recover. As you see here, yeah. So the stock did recover a bit at the end of the day. Next trade is DDD. That's 3D Systems Corporation. Yeah, the stock is still not showing. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. So again, we'll take a look at the Google-based value. Okay. Well, I didn't say that. It was up 4.53%. Okay, so we have 31.36 and 31.16. Okay. Well, the price is above its stripping price, so that's good. So that's a positive. So didn't really need to look at the chart explicitly. And let's take a look at the indicators to see what they look like. 235, 420, yeah, okay. OBV, showing in the afternoon, it was somewhat moving upwards regular on a consistent basis. MACD, again, afternoon, yeah, it was coming up. DI, showing that it was fairly positive most of the day. You can see the end of the day, DI showing that negative direction was coming up a bit. And Bollinger Band showing it came up, dropped a little bit, and came up. So it pretty much is showing a somewhat positive direction for that stock. Next trade is RIOT, Riot Blockchain Incorporated. Tripped at 28. Excuse me, tripped at 3:11:29 p.m. at a price of 28.94. It was a buy. It closed the day at 28.82, down 1.13%. You can see early morning here is down 5%. So interesting, the stock is not doing good, but it did trip a positive action. So let's just check to see if there's any activity on this one for it to be deemed positive. Okay, it tripped at 3:11. So end of day we caught it. Yeah, so it tripped here. 28.97, 28.94, 29, 28, 294, 289, 92. You know, that half hour at the end of the day, it was pretty much consistently above the tripping price. So that's another positive. But as you can see, it wasn't jumping up, but It was moving up, so that stock was moving positive. Let's see what the indicators are showing for that one. Yeah, OBB is moving upwards. MACD, you can see that during that tripping point it came up and then tapered off averages wise. DI came up. Negative looks like it was coming up again. To closing. Bollinger Band came up. Basically moving sideways for the most part. A little bit of drop, but as much sideways as anything else. So that stock technically was moving positive at the end of the day yesterday. Early morning it's not doing so good though. Next trade is MRO, and that is Marathon Oil Corporation, tripped at 3:15 p.m. at a price of 13.64. It was a short sell, closed the day at 13.68, down 0.87%. Okay, well, stock's just not showing properly on Google anymore, or excuse me, on Yahoo. So MRO. Yeah, see, look, we caught it right at the bottom point, and it never. Here, at least they're showing early morning activity, and morning activity looks like it's moving down also. So that stock not positive because it didn't maintain its downward trend when it tripped. OBB though looks like it's moving down. MACD down, a bit of a recovery at the end of the day. DI though is down, and Bollinger Band technically is down. The indicator is somewhat showing a downward trend in general. I'm going to consider that a possible just because the direction somewhat is leaning towards a downward trend. Okay, so that's all 5 stocks for today. 4 out of 5 were deemed positive, 80%, and 5 out of 5 possible. So that's 100%, a fairly decent day. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.